Hi everyone, Brett here, High Altitude Scale Modeling. Welcome back for another sprue review. Today we're going to be looking at a limited edition kit from Great Wall Hobby and one of their great F-15s. About a year ago, the Oregon Air National Guard did a special paint scheme for the F-15 and it's finally out in kit form. However, whoever does the translation for Great Wall does not know how to spell anniversary. But that shouldn't take away from the kit because everyone knows that Great Wall Hobby F-15s are extremely nice. So let's take a look, shall we? Instructions, decals, parts. Looks like about 15 sprues, and we'll start with this one. Alright, in this bag, we've got the bottom of the fuselage. We've got the wing tanks, 3 of them. Looks like a combination of raised and recessed detail and rivet markings on the tanks. Very nice detail. Ejector seat. Nice detail on the ejector seat, or ejection seat, depending on how you want to look at it. These bits are, looks like an arrestor hook. The front of the cannon actually has drilled out barrels, which is nice. I'm guessing that's for the speed brake. Not sure what this part is. We'll look later in the instructions. If it'll focus on that barrel right there. Camera just doesn't want to cooperate today. There we go. You can see the barrel drilled out, ready to go. I'm sure there's plenty of aftermarket because the F-15 Great Wall kit's been around for a while. Bottom of the fuselage, slide molding, looks very nice. I'm guessing this part goes here, probably for strengthening the fuselage halves together. I said we'll look at that later. Incredible detail, rivet detail, paneling detail. Very, very nice. Looks completely in scale. Nice detail in the landing gear base. That just looks really good. All that detail looks great. Alright, that's the bottom half of the fuselage. And this next self-sealing bag. Oh, rustling Batman. 2 different noses. Both of them. It's funny, this one is perfectly round and this one's got lines all around it. I wonder if the instructions will tell us what the difference is. Or any of you F-15 experts out there can just drop a note below and let me know. But the cockpit looks great. There's detailing in the, I'm assuming the avionics bays. Very nice detailing. Back where the canopy goes. Instrument panels look great. Everything about this just looks really good. I'm guessing these are the insides of the cockpit. There's another instrument panel. So I'm guessing you get to choose. These look like 2 different versions for the front, and this one's for the back officer. joysticks, more side panels. Ejector pin marks are out of sight, where you're not going to be able to see them. These noses have 3 sprue gates on them. Looks like they're going to be able to be hinged so they can show the radar. Inside the avionics bay's doors look great. There is small ejector pin ones right there, but if you use your punch and die set like Paul showed on one of his videos, those will be easy to fill. I'm thinking there's one in here too that probably doesn't belong. Again, punch and die set, little thin piece of styrene. Fill that up quite easily. It looks like the radar dish. Very detailed radar dish if it'll show it. There we go. And each of those little holes is going to have a little bit of possibly photo etch in it. Alright. Cockpit tub. Come on. Sidewalls. Avionics bays. Very nice detail in that sprue. This one has, looks like lower wing components, elevators, speed brake. Again, the inside of these doors look really nice. No ejector pins on them. I'm guessing you can make it a single seat or a 2-seat. That's probably why they separate instrument panels. And if that's the case, this is going to be the part that covers up the second seat. Air brake. I'm not sure if these are the top. These got to be the top part of the wings because these look like the conformal fuel tanks. One-piece elevators. Raised and recessed detail. No sink marks. A little bit of what they call spider webbing in there. But nothing that's not going to be covered up with primer anyway. Very outstanding rivet detail. And the detail right there. On that vent. Very nice. Like I said, I'm sure there's aftermarket available, but I haven't seen it yet. Because the F-15 Great Wall kit's been around a while, there's several different versions of it. Alright. So those had to be lower wings, because this is the upper wing set. And the tails. Looks like a couple weapons pylons. I love these self-sealing bags. Ejector pin marks all under here. You have the wingtips there, so the seam line runs right around where a panel line is. Control surfaces that are one piece. Tails that are one piece. Pylons, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pylons on that. I'm guessing these are going to be antennas for the wingtips. But again, exceptional detail. That's just phenomenal detail in there. I built the old Rebel F-15 about 15 years ago. I'm looking forward to giving this a try, even right here where the air brake goes. The detail's just amazing. Definitely nice. Now, I pre-ordered this kit from Lucky Models in Japan about 4 months ago, and I just got it a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it's available in the US yet. I got from Lucky Models for $55 plus shipping, which isn't too bad of a price. These are matching sprues. Engines, great engine detail. Again, slide molding. There's the exhaust nozzle. How delicate that is. The fans completely hollowed out. Fans, compressor blades, whatever you want to call them, but hollowed out, ready to go. You can make some really nice engines with a little scratch building, a little lead wiring. I mean, even inside here, the ejector pin's there where you're not going to see, but here there's not. Very good. I'm impressed. Like I said, I have several of the other Great Wall F-15s, but I haven't really looked at them yet. Alright. Intakes. Another set of matching sprues. I'm guessing these are for the intakes. Tops of the intakes, edges of the wings, intakes themselves. They do have ejector pin marks, so you're going to have to clean those up if you want to have the look of seamless intakes. Not sure how far back you'll see them, but when you get them together, you'll know. These parts all look very nice. Again, ejector pins are out of the way. They're all flush with the surface. Not raised. More great detail. Excuse me. What we've got here is more side panels for the cockpit. Looks like the back part of the cockpit for a single seater. Another speed brake cover. This one's highly detailed. One of the pods. I'm assuming this is one of the targeting pods. There we go. Single cockpit. Firewall. Bulkheads for the canopy. I'm guessing this goes over the part where the second seat would go. And another back panel for the other version. Again, great cockpit detail. It'll hold a wash and dry brush very nicely. I'm guessing this is for the radar. I'm thinking these are the first stage compressor blades. Very pointy and going to be very delicate. And wheels. Doesn't look like any weight on wheels. You want to get resin wheels anyway if you want. Nice brake detail though. Have to put them together. Struts look good. Centerline pylon. More pylons. And over there. We've got us clear parts. And I can see a center seam from here. See that center seam? It's a pretty big one too. But you know how to get that out. using polishing sticks, Tamiya polishing compound. Start with the highest grit, go to your lowest grit, or other way around. Start with your lowest grit and go to your highest grit, and you'll get that out of there just fine because they're really clear, really nice, and this one's really protected, and I'm not going to uncover that. Alright, let me move this out of the way. So we can look at some of the other components. Nice color call out. Stencil data, or this is actually the, stencil data. And here's what it's going to look like when done. Beautiful decals on the wings, the elevators, eagle on both sides, Oregon National Guard logo. There's no weapons because it was a show plane. It does have pylons on it though, so you can arm it if you have some weapons. Your basic gray scheme, you can tell, a gray camouflage. Color callouts right there. Looks like MIG color callouts. That's for the exterior. Then I got another sheet here, full size with more stencil data. There looks to be 53. So, very extensive, very easy to read. Instructions. Basic black and white instructions. Parts list, sprues, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Wings, fuselage. There's some PE compressor parts. There's, looks like heads-up display because there's the film for it. Side panels, and the decals. Start as you'd expect with the ejection seats. Aces 2 ejection seat. Looks good, but you know, a resin one would always make it look better. Cockpit assembly. I'm guessing there's decals for the instrument panel because there's all the numbers. Paint callouts along with there. And there's the paint callouts if you want to take a gander. Freeze it. Mr. Aqueous color callouts, or Mr. Color callouts, plus a couple FS numbers. Back to where we were. These instructions seem kind of wonky. So you got 1, 2, 3. This is for the single seat version, which this is. So there's a lot of parts you're not going to use. Unfortunately, it doesn't black any of those out that you're not going to use, but obviously you're not going to use the dual cockpit. Four radar, 4 again, radome, closed state, open state, intakes. This is a strengthening piece that goes right there. Top of the wings, bottom of the wings go on the bottom of the fuselage first. Then these extra wing and intake parts. Top of the wings with the leading edge parts, more intake parts, flap parts, aileron parts. 2 halves together. Fuselage going on there. You're gonna cut off that part and replace it with that part for the antenna. Intakes up or intakes down, depending how you want them to go. Engine detail. PE goes in front of that first compressor blade. Tails, engines slide in. Canopy, speed brake. Need to cut the shaded area when the brake is closed. Canopy open position, you'll need to use that part. Cut the shaded area when the canopy is closed. What number was that? 11. 12. Landing gear. Picture shows weight on wheels. Look at them wheels again. Oh, there is. There's a bulge in those wheels. Good. Come on. See, there's a bulge at the bottom of those wheels. That's excellent. So now you might not need to go to resin, and there's actually lettering on there, if I could read it. I mean, it looks like it says BF Goodrich, but I doubt that. Landing gear. Landing gear doors. Main landing gear doors. Closed position. Looks like... Yep, you use the same ones, you just cut off the tabs if you're going to put it in closed position in flight. Didn't come with a pilot though. Radar maintenance hatches, open or closed. Arrestor hook, some PE for the side parts there, and measurements to put it on there. All the antennas and early warning receivers, and fuel tanks. And that's it for the instructions. Alright, let's see what's in this bag here. A little bit of PE, like I said, for compressor blades, heads-up display, and those sides of the fuselage parts. Stencils. Made in China, so they're not cartograph, but they're really cut close to the edge. Not a lot of carrier film. Even on these, it's just right around the edge. You can see it very well. Very nice stencils. But you don't want to see the stencils. You want to see these. The eagle for the nose. The tail decals. These are also made in China, but they're really good. Again, cut really close to the edge. These are for the elevators. Nice color. Separated so you can line them up easier without breaking them. Nice matte finish. More like semi-gloss, but very nice. Very nice indeed. And no, it's not going to be easy to decal it. But we're modelers. Easy's not what we work on. These are for the upper and lower wings. See the insignia there. This goes, I'm guessing, along the spine. Look at the picture again. Again, nice semi-gloss. Very close cut to the sheet. Looks like they took their time with these. Nice. So, let's look at this one more time. Yep, right along the spine right there. with speed brake closed. I'm guessing if you're on the speed brake open, you have to cut up that decal. So, I'll leave you with one last look at that. I highly recommend this kit. It is limited edition, and Great Wall's F-15s are getting harder to find and more expensive on the secondary market. You can see these are on the outside of the tails, these are on the inside of the tails. So yeah, I would definitely go out and buy one, build one. It's going to be a beautiful aircraft. I've seen these decals sold separate, but as a kit as a whole, and for only $55 from Japan, it was a good deal for me. Interesting, they have MIG color callouts on this part, and then Mr. Hobby color callouts on this part. But who am I to judge? Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Buy this kit. I'm going to be building it probably in the summertime. I really want this in my display cabinet. It's a beautiful aircraft. So once I get through my Bear, my Stuka, my Hind, my Phantom, so much on the go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and don't forget to watch the live show Tuesday and Fridays. I'm there, and so are the guys, and the great ISM team. Have a great day.